people here. Oh, it's already here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and look, I can actually pull up to the tables. Oh, a first.
Every time I travel to a new city, there's always a question about how accessible it will be, whether it's restaurants, storefronts, public transportation. And I think what I've found is that although the US is viewed as being more accessible than other places across the world, that's not always the case.
The ethos here for Contento restaurant is barrier-free. We welcome everybody. Obviously, what started off as an agenda to really welcome people with disabilities is not just limited to that. It's from people from all different backgrounds, and that's what Contento is all about.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I like early crowd.
We are in East Harlem, 88 East 111th Street, and we're literally 2 blocks away from Central Park.
Both myself and George were both paraplegics, and I was really blessed to have met him. I met him in 2003 when I had my car accident, and I was assigned to him as a mentor. But not only was he a mentor in my adjustment from being able-bodied to having a disability, but he was there to really kind of coach me through what it takes to be an entrepreneur.
Yannick was one of the toughest cases I've dealt with. Yes, you were a tough case. Just in case you didn't know it.
I didn't. I'm hearing about this for the first time. One day, he actually found this location. He said, Yannick, you need to work for yourself. You need to stop working for other people. And I said, wow, this is a great location. And told me the rent. And I said, wow, this is unbelievable. What a dream come true. But he said, can I be a partner? I said, you want to be in the restaurant business? He said, I would love to, yes. Besides the fact that we both had this love of food and wine and cocktails and most importantly, people, we knew that this was an opportunity to really create something special and unique, and really be the ones to say, hey, we're not trying to be the first ones that are incorporating a culture of accessibility and awareness, but we certainly don't want to be the last one. So if other restaurants and other businesses see the benefits of why it's important to have a barrier-free business, then that's great, then we've already done our job. The 61 million Americans that actually have a disability, they have over $500 billion in spending power. Those are numbers you can't ignore, but yet we seem to be doing that. I never see people with disabilities go out. I'm like, yeah, people with disabilities don't go out because nobody wants to deal with the hassle and the unnecessary obstacles, right?
This space used to have a 10-foot step leading into it, right? Huge undertaking, because we had to completely demo the floor.
Yeah.
Once we demoed the floor, we realized that all the beams had to be replaced. They were rusted out, steel beams. And but then we had the opportunity to, as Yannick said earlier, to start with a blank canvas, right? So we demoed the floor and made the entire space level to the sidewalk, right? I mean, you feel the incline when you're rolling in. So there's a slight incline, and then you have the space.
So there's a lot of things that you don't see, right? I mean, we have adaptive flatware upon request, which they're absolutely beautiful. Stainless steel, so people can eat with dignity. It's not an afterthought. We have menus in Braille. We have QR codes. But I think the one thing that you don't see, I know we live in this world of like everything has to be tangible, right? It's the culture. Really proudly say that everybody that works here is incredibly empathetic and just loving. And they believe in the mission and the ethos of what we have here at Contento.
This is where we're going in, yeah. Hi there. Hi, how are you? Thank you. We have a reservation for 7:30.
When we created Contento and this bar specifically, well, first of all, Yannick and I have been to tons of different places where we were either not allowed to enjoy a drink at the bar because the bar was too high, right? That's the average height of a bar over on that end. Or we just had to sit at a regular table away from the bar and just enjoy our drinks in a segmented fashion. So what we want to do here at Contento is create a space where anyone, right? Whether you have a disability, physical, you don't have a disability. We wanted every individual to be able to just enjoy the moment, the conversation, and everything that a bar has to offer. So we lowered it.
For such a small space, we've got 6 people that are involved that have a disability here, which is a very high number considering that we're such a small staff. On average, we're talking about 3% of the clientele that comes here has a disability, which may not seem like a big number, but it really is a big number. The other night, actually, George came here with a dear friend of his. They were having dinner. We had a gentleman who was with his guide dog, who was blind. We had another person, and so this motley crew of different personalities, this mosaic of different personalities and different human beings, this is what Contento is all about.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, exactly.
Our most popular dishes are the ceviche for sure, the yuca, the crispy yuca, the panis, the octopus, the short ribs, the katsu. I always wanted to cook. My family is big, very big family, and everybody has to contribute something when we got together. My mom is the 20 out of 20 siblings. I saw how cooking brings people together.
Wines of Impact are wines made by people from underrepresented populations. We have wines made by people with disabilities, wines made by the BIPOC community. We have a wine that we represent here at the restaurant that's made by a Native American, but also they're also having a social impact.
Right.
Did you feel that there was this culture of welcoming? Did you feel comfortable? Did you, yeah? I'm just curious about your perspective from your dinner.
Just the atmosphere. So normally when I go out to eat at restaurants, I get someone to help me.
Right.
And last night I figured if there's anywhere that I can do it myself, the way that I eat if I were at home, it would be here. And it's just, it feels very welcoming, accepting, and as you were mentioning, the servers were just so warm and yeah, it's really something special that you've created. Hopefully
that doesn't stop just here in East Harlem, but that'll come with you all the way down to Alabama, right? And hopefully that becomes contagious. What it means to create an accessible space, first off, you have to be willing to say, I don't know everything, and I'm willing to learn. It's been a very humbling experience to see all the accolades, all the attention that we've been getting. And I can tell you, as someone with a disability, just because I'm a paraplegic doesn't mean that I know what a person that's blind is going through, or who's hard of hearing, or who has a developmental disability. I listen to them, we talk about it as a team, and we say, how can we make this experience better the next time they come? And that's the bottom line.
The future of Contento. We put together a dream team here, and we've had so much success in this little bit of time, right? I think that moving forward, what we will need to do is create more spaces like this, not only throughout New York, but hopefully throughout the US and beyond. We would love to be able to see a more inclusive world within the hospitality industry. And I think that we've started something that could be a trend in America and in the world in general.